Hey, Coach, is the scrape exchange really confusing you and your players? Well, I got you covered. Hey, Coach Mackey here, and welcome to my channel. If this is the first time visiting my channel, welcome, and let me explain what this channel is all about. This channel is dedicated to the spread offense. So we talk about passing schemes, running schemes, tempo, any and everything that has to deal with the spread offense, we talk about here. So if that's something you want, if you want to learn from this great coaching community, then hit that subscribe button down below, and then hit the bell notification. It's either there or there, so you know when I post a new video. Now, defensive coordinators are smart. I've said that over and over again. Please don't tell them I said that. And what they are doing to combat the inside zone or the spread running game is they're taking a tactic from the option teams, what they did. They would crash down the defensive end and then pull that linebacker around. And that's a scrape exchange. And they're doing that to confuse your quarterback. Now, what do you do when you see that? Do you just freeze up and be like, you know what? They got us. We're not calling that play anymore. No, you have to have some answers to that. You have to have a then when the defense does that. If they're scrape exchanging, then we need to do that. That's what makes the flex bone offenses so great, and that is what's going to make the spread offenses so great, because you are going to have an if-then. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over two thens that you can use. One I stole from Auburn, and one I stole from Coach Noel Mazzone. And I'm going to go over both of those right now. But before we get into it, if you want to join a coaching community, if you want to get done for you practice scripts, game planning, if you want quick win videos, online courses, and a private forum, then you need to join Ron Mackey Football Coaching Community. And you can do that by clicking the link down below in the description, but you need to hurry because at the end of March, I'm closing the membership because we're getting ready for spring ball. Now, let's get into today's video. If you want to get into what is the scrape exchange, that is when you have this defensive end. He is automatically taking the running back. So he is going to be squeezing down, and then he is giving that, hey, quarterback, I'm crashing. You need to pull the ball right now. And then what the backside linebacker is doing is he is filling outside to get that quarterback. So they're kind of tricking with you. And it's, defenses are going to this because that's what they used to do against option teams, flex bone type teams. They would mess with the reads in order to confuse the quarterback, to throw a wrench into the offense. And now teams are starting to do that with the spread because, let's be honest, the spread with the key screens is the new triple option. And that's what defensive coordinators are going to. And that is confusing because the quarterback, I know you're teaching them right, you're doing the drills right and everything like that. And if you want to learn some drills and you want to get quality coaching videos, quick win videos, a private forum and all that, you need to become a member of Ron Mackey Football Coaching Community. But it's closing at the end of March. So go to joinronmackeyfootball.com if you want to join and learn more about this kind of stuff. And defenses are doing this. The quarterback, he's coming back to the line going, Coach, I did what I was supposed to do. I saw that end crash to get the running back, so I pulled it, and then that someone else just smacked me in the face. That was happening to us. My quarterback was getting mad because he thought it was the offensive line's fault because they weren't blocking who they were supposed to block. Because he was saying, Coach, I promise you, that defensive end is crashing. I'm pulling. It should be no one there. Everybody should be blocked, but I'm getting smacked in the face. Why aren't my guys doing what they're supposed to do? And at first, I was actually believing them. I was yelling at the offensive line because that's what we do on game days. We get all hyped up and everything. And I got the huddle sideline view, and I looked at it, and I was like, oh, my goodness. They're playing games with us on the backside. This is where your coaching comes in. You've got to have a then. The if was the scrape exchange is happening, so what is your then? And this is what Auburn's is. If you have a running quarterback and you want him to actually run the ball if he gets the pull signal, Auburn told their backside tackle, listen, you are going to ID that backside linebacker, and then you were going to sift block, which is a 6-inch step, and I learned that from Noel Mazzone, and then you were going to get vertical right now. You're going to put that hand out, give that defensive end a little shove, but you are securing that B gap, and then you are getting vertical with your eyes on that backside linebacker, and you were going to chase him. It is essentially man to man. Wherever that guy goes, you were going to block him, and this is why. Because everybody else is doing their normal zone. They've got their gap. They're securing it. They're climbing up to the second level if no one's coming in their gap. All of that good stuff. and this defensive end, who's a 5 technique, crashes down like this. Okay, so the tailback is coming. He is hitting his aiming point. The quarterback sees that it is a pull read. He pulls, and then he replaces where that end attacked. And usually, this linebacker right here is going to smack him in the mouth because they're exchanging their responsibilities. That's what the scrape exchange is. But since this backside tackle is now chasing that linebacker, he is going to essentially block him, and now the quarterback has this alley right here that he can run because everybody else is accounted for, and now that backside tackle has made that hallway or that alley for the quarterback to get straight up the field. What you need to do, if this is the route you are going, you need to tell your quarterback not to go out wide, because if he goes out wide, well, then you're not taking advantage of this backside tackle's block, because now the linebacker can chase you just like that. So if you're going to use Auburn's philosophy, which if you have a running quarterback, I would use this. You need to tell him to attack where the defensive end used to be and then immediately get upfield to get those yardage. But, Coach, I don't really have a running quarterback. Or, Coach, my quarterback is not that big of a threat. He can get maybe 3 or 4 yards, but he's not that home run hitter that some offenses have. What do we do? I don't want to do this. Or I only have one quarterback. If he gets hit, he is screwed. Our offense is gone. We're not going to have anybody to back him up. All that. That's fine. What Noel Mazzone did and what we did to combat the scrape exchange is we instead went to an RPO. The moment we saw that on the film, and from that point on, anytime the quarterback or the guy upstairs, the coach upstairs was like, hey, coach, there's scrape exchanging, this was our very next play if we were going to call a run play. We turned it into an RPO. We would base the 5 technique, and the quarterback would know, oh, okay, well, we're blocking that guy. Now my read becomes the linebacker. And you can do 2 things. What we did is we told our quarterback, if you see grass, just go ahead and throw it. But if he runs around like this, well, he's essentially taken himself out of the play. You can hand the ball off, and the running back knows that he's got that cutback lane right there. He has taken himself out of the play. The running back hands the ball off, and if it's an odd front, he is attacking the center's butt, and then he is cutting back. That is another key coaching point right there on inside zone. You need to teach it, bang it. So you're either banging it, not cutting front side, back side anywhere. You just get the ball and you're banging it in your gap that you're supposed to, or you're bending it. Do not coach the bounce, because the moment you coach the bounce, you coach them to go out this way, they're going to do that every single time, and it defeats the purpose of running inside zone. Because if we're running inside zone to the left, our offensive line is blocking everybody to the left, and then our tailback bounces it to the left. What's the point of that? Why would we run out that way? We're not running outside zone or anything like that, a toss play. We're running inside zone, which means the cutback, we want to go where all those other guys are not. So if everyone's going to the left, we want to cut it back to the right, and it's going to be wide open. And you've got that ability right here when they're scraping exchanging, because this linebacker is taking himself out of the play. Or what we've done is we would run some form of snag. We can run the normal snag, which is number 3, replacing that from backside linebacker that you're reading, or you can do a switch, which means the Y or number 2 is running the snag route right behind that backside linebacker. Whatever it is you want to do, and what I would recommend is whichever one of these 2 is your guy, tag him or just put him at number 3. So if your guy is the Y, you can put the Y here and the F is number 2. If the F is your guy, put the F at number 3 and the Y at number 2, whatever it is you want to do. But you can teach your quarterback, especially when you drill it every single day, because you should be drilling this play every single day. RPOs and all of that, you should be drilling and setting up your practice structure so you are doing this every single day. It's no different than what the option teams do, the option quarterbacks, or the option coaches, where they are repping their option drills every single day. You've got to do that for RPOs, and don't complain if your RPOs aren't working when you go back and you look at your practice script and you go, oh crap, we're not doing those drills. We're not drilling it. I'm just calling it during 7-on-7 or team or group, and then I expect my players to perform on game day when I'm calling this play at 10, 15, 20 times, when you're not even getting at those reps in practice. And if you're going to call the play 10 times in a game, you better be repping this play 50 times throughout the week. That's just my opinion, because I see what option teams are doing, and this is just the spreads version of the triple option. What you can do then once you're drilling it is you can tell your quarterback and tie it into the grass reads, hey, if this guy runs himself out scrape exchange and you see all this grass right here, just go ahead, pull and throw, because this is a lot easier throw. This is 6 yards down the field already than handing the ball off. And those two ways are how we combat this scrape exchange. Now, if y'all do something different, again, please leave a comment below. Let me know. If you find this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it. Bring another coach in and to get this conversation started, because I love talking ball with y'all. And if you want to learn more, if you want online courses, if you want quick win videos, if you want to learn or see live coaching clinics that I do with other great coaches across the nation and the world, yes, I have some lined up across the world, then you need to become a member of the Ron Mackey football coaching community. Now, you need to get in before the end of March, because once April rolls around, we're going to start game planning and preparing for spring ball, and then so that gets the ball rolling, pun intended, for the fall install in the summer, so we can get ready for the next season, so we are destroying defenses. And until next time, coaches, let's continue to master the spread, score points, and have fun.